And all journalists know that there's some things you don't write about and you don't talk about because you'll lose your job.
Nice shot.
And that's where the control is. And that's why they pay anchormen like Dan Rather $2 million a year, because he doesn't question them. He knows that if he goes against them, he's going to lose $2 million a year. Do you think a man that looks pretty and sits in front of a TV camera for the 6 o'clock news is worth $2 million a year? No way. I don't care how long he works, and I don't care what he does. There is no job worth $2 million a year. That's why they pay athletes these fantastic salaries. I was listening to the radio the other day. They just contracted to pay one player on one team $6 million a year. Can you believe this?
And why is that?
It's the Roman circus. What does the emperor do when the people become restive, and when the people are asking questions, and when the people don't like the policies of the emperor? He sends them to the circus. He creates a circus. He builds a giant coliseum. And he begins to throw the Christians to the lions. And he has great chariot races and football games and basketball games, all to keep preoccupied with things that don't mean anything in the scheme of the entire world, so that they don't have the time to learn what the truth is, so they don't ever get smart enough to learn how they're being manipulated, so they don't ever question the emperor. That's why they pay a player on a football team or a baseball team $1 million or $2 million or $3 million a year. It is the Roman circus. I know men who don't know anything in the world except who plays third base for the Mets, and they think that's a great accomplishment. And they meet and pat each other on the back and bond and go have cocktails and talk about what this guy that plays third base for the Mets did in last night's game. It's sad. It's really sad.
I'll tell you a great Magic story. I'm a coach at UCLA, and he used to come to the men's gym and organize games.
I remember
and
There were a lot of pickup games back then.
all the time, and he used to make the sides and stack them. So one night I'm watching, and Wilt Chamberlain's playing with 4 of my freshmen against Magic, Bernard King, James Worthy, Byron Scott, and Green.
AC Green.
AC Green.
Huh?
And it's game point. Magic throws a sky hook. Wilt blocks it. Magic calls game. And Wilt says, that wasn't goaltended. That was a clean block. And Magic took the ball. He said, game over, next. And Wilt said, hey, coach, was that goaltended? And I said, no, that was a clean block. Magic says, what do you think he's going to say? They're his kids. And Wilt says, all right, look, we're going to play a game till 12. We'll do it again. Winner stays, and there'll be no more shots made at this basket. He blocked every shot. 43 years old. He was blocking everything. It was unbelievable.
Somebody used to play in those 80s games, who I asked who's the best player you ever played with or against, told me it was about a 50-year-old Wilt Chamberlain at those UCLA pickup games. He was that kind of physical presence.
Everybody always points to Michael and making all these changes or things, but Wilt Chamberlain was the first one that really made changes. He was the first dominant person of basketball.
Wilt, there will never be anybody like it. They always say that about Michael. They always say that about other players, but there will never, ever be another Wilt Chamberlain.
You have played every position this year, and it's been a remarkable season for you.
Yes, it has. It's been a learning experience, but I enjoy challenges, and it's a challenge tonight to see what I can do.
Sort of went snuggling in like he was looking for the rebound all alone, and you had about 80 feet of court wide open, and it was...
Special thanks to Taryn, who sent me this video before we get started today. And honestly, when he first sent me this, I thought, why is he sending me a video of a man dunking a basketball? Or not dunking, as the case may be. But then, of course, I saw it. I saw it a little bit on the first viewing, but then I really paid attention on the second viewing. And oh my God, what the hell happened to his hand just then? Did you see that? Everything was... Oh, and look right there. Did you see when he put it behind his back, too? Here we go. First of all, that arm... right there. What is up with that arm? You'll either see that or you don't, but then we get to this. Suddenly, as his fingers are doing this weird, I don't know, I've played some ball in my time and I've been around a lot of basketball players. I've never seen people do that. The reaching for the ball, and then his hand turns into the back end of a seal, maybe? And then if you look right at the top, his fingers come up over. I don't understand it. What's more, this was posted on a social media outlet and no one seemed to notice, so I don't really believe it was fake. There's a shot of what I mean about the arm. It looks unnaturally long, and it looks now to be a little different color than it was moments ago and will again in a moment. It's just a little weird. I never got to go back to it a moment ago. Look at that. There you go. That is a perfect shot. His hand turns like flat, and you can see it underneath and above. Now, just because I'm telling you guys I don't believe this is fake, it does not mean I'm saying that this man has a shape-shifting hand. I'm sure there's a perfectly good explanation of why it looks like the rear end of a crawdad on his hand all of a sudden with pinchers, and that he has a thumb that extends all the way underneath. Yeah, I'm sure there's a great, see? Pinchers underneath. Yeah, no problem. This is one of very few good examples, though, of what I call the shapeshifter hands. Speaking of hands and what's going on, look at the hand that doesn't have the ball in it. Now, he's got some weirdness going on there. You see the little steps he's making with his fingers like they're walking across the sky? Have you seen that somewhere before? Does it look familiar? Right there. Look at his hands walking. As soon as I saw that, I thought to myself, where have I seen the walking hands before? Why does it bother me that he's got the big lobster hand on the other side? Well, you know, it all comes back to Elvis sooner or later. Look at his fingers and tell me, is that not the same thing that my man's doing, walking his little fingers across while he's dunking the ball with his big lobster hand? Why does Elvis seem to have all the, boxes checked when it comes to just flat out weirdness? Here, have a look for yourself. We'll put the Shapeshifter playlist right here at the end of this video, and it's going to feature all the weird shape-shifting hand stuff you can stand, from Elvis, of course. I guess he's the king of weird hand things now. I keep finding them. In the last video, I found his hands form a perfect E for no reason. We got the shape-shifting walking. Then there's the weird hand split, or as I like to call it with Elvis, sausage fingers, where his hand falls off suddenly in a video and he doesn't seem bothered. I don't know. I've really had enough of people's hands doing things like that. There was another video, I found one more really good video. Because believe it or not, I know it's unbelievable, most of these videos are fake garbage. It's just like a close-up on a hand and then the hand moves in super slow motion. And there's a little blur because the TV quality isn't very good. And then people go, did you see it? Did you see it? No, we didn't see it.
Look at his index finger here. You know, this is not a human hand.
So yeah, YouTube's full of those type people, and I'm beginning to understand a little bit now why there's so much resistance to someone saying shapeshifter, because they probably conjure up a dude pointing at perfectly fine fingers.
Grand Rising, look at the similarities, right? Check it out. They AIs and clones, baby, but you know, you heard it here first. Now check this out.
But I have no choice. All-Star Weekend in Toronto. Steph Curry, he says, Kevin, come here. He lifts up his arm. The man had mechanical shit in his arm. Wires and shit. He's a robot. He's not real. People.
Every player in the NBA, majority of your players in the NBA, all right, they either get cloned and replaced, or they are flat out Mach 5 robots, synthetic robots. Now, synthetic is the key word. So what are your synthetics? Synthetics mean these robots are advanced. They have skin, they breathe in and out, they get tired, they can sweat, they have pores, they have penises, they have vaginas, their penis can get hard, their vagina can get wet, they can have kids, they can adjust. This is why they are Mach 5 robots. Mach 1s were not the best. That's why they kept increasing. Mach 1, then Mach 2, Mach 3, Mach 4, Mach 5. They even got underground trains in these cities that take you from fucking China to over here like in a snap. These are your Mach 5 trains. Facts.
After that long road trip. First game back is usually trouble. Amadou inside. Fouled on the shot try. Down he goes, and down goes Jetty Osman.
Swag beat, swag beat.